Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hinamatsuri episode 4. So, last episode we had, well, a little mix in the, kind of feelings you felt during the episode. The first section dealt with, oh god, what was her name? Did I write down names here? I did. Anzu. Dealt with Anzu. Basically, she is still running around the city, stealing food, and anything else she needs. Getting chased by... Where'd you go? Utako and a few of the other store owners in the area. She's always been able to get away. This time it looked like she was going to get caught, but a homeless man helped her out. He ends up telling her, it's not right to steal, and there's other ways to get money so that you can get what you need. So he shows her how to collect cans, turn them in for money. Not a whole lot of money, but, it'll get you some food. And he gets her to basically try to win over the community he lives in. There's it's like a forest area, but there's like shacks where these homeless people gather to live. Basically, its own little homeless city. And he wants her to basically stay there, seeing as how she has nowhere to go. But in order to do that, yes, she has to show the others that she belongs there. So he has her buy some alcohol, and a few snacks. But one of them pretty much already knows that she wasn't the one that bought it. The guy that's helping her out was the one that bought it. Well, put in most of the money to get it. They ask her if she can sing, and she's not happy. Because she brought the alcohol and all this and that she shouldn't have to try to sing. But that's when he brought up, well, I'm pretty positive it was him who put in most of the money to get this alcohol. So you have to still prove to us that you belong here. She only knows one song. And she didn't even really sing it, she kind of yelled it. And they were saying how horrible her singing was. But a couple of them also said that she reminded them of like their granddaughters or daughter or some family member, and they accepted her into the community. So she's going around and she's collecting cans the next day, and she runs into Nita. Well, I shouldn't say she runs into him. He's driving by and he sees her in the alley, and he has the driver stop, and he gets out. And he goes over to her and he's like, what are you still doing here? I thought you went home. And she's like, well, it turns out I can't go home. She didn't say why, just that she couldn't go home. And he offers to give her money. I think it was like 40,000 yen or 60,000 yen, something like that. And she turns away the money. She smacks it out of his hand and runs off because she doesn't want pity, basically. But she stops and starts thinking, we could use the money to help the people at the, in the area she's living in. the homeless people. So she's chasing his car because he's driving off. And he stops and gets back out, and she's, apologizes, and he gives her the money. And then he leaves. They have kind of a short talk, but, they don't really go too deep into why she's still there, or why she doesn't go and see Hina and stuff like that. I think Hina was brought up once, but not that much. Anyway, he gives her the money, and then Utako and those other shop owners show up because she's just standing there in the middle of the street, so she's easy to get. And she says, "No, look, I got money now. I can buy stuff." And they grab the money. Say, "Okay, well, you took enough stuff to owe us this amount. So here's your change." And it was like, I don't know, 1,000 yen or like a few hundred yen. She was really upset because she really wanted to use the money to help out everybody. But they kind of just laughed it off and said, "Nah, it's better that you didn't get the money. We would have just spent it on alcohol and stuff like that." So it was a feels trip for that one. Felt really bad for her. She shouldn't have to be living in a homeless area. But, whatever. She's got a good community around her, so she's going to be alright. Next, you have Hitomi. Still working at the bar that Utako works at. Basically, Utako blackmailed her into working at the bar. She got her a uniform, and she had taken pictures of her and said she was going to plaster them all over the internet. Hitomi was pretty smart and actually recorded the conversation so that she had proof that Utako was going to blackmail her. But Usako's all like, "Okay, alright, I admit I was wrong. So why don't we both delete our evidence? Like on the count of 3, I'll delete the photo, you delete the voice recording, and we'll just call it even." Hitomi was a little too trusting on this one. Utako deleted the photo that was on her phone, and Hitomi deleted the voice recording, but Utako has a copy of the photo on her computer. So the only one who really lost any evidence was Hitomi. So she ends up having to work at the bar because she doesn't want this photo getting put all over the place and ruining whatever chance she has of getting a good job and education and stuff like that. But as it turns out, she is like the best bartender in the area. She learns really quick. She knows how to make basically any kind of drink. The only issue she had in this episode was that her teacher and the vice principal showed up at the bar. The teacher actually recognized her and was going to bring it up. The vice principal was like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "She kind of looks like one of my students." Now, before this, the principal had brought up that he was thinking of giving this guy like a promotion type of thing. And he's all, "Oh, well, if that's the case, then you can kiss that whatever goodbye." And he's like, "Oh, no. She just kind of looks like her, but it's not her. No. You don't need to do that." I mean, I don't even know why he brought the vice principal there. He passed out, basically. So the teacher is testing her to see if it's actually her or if it's someone else. And he asks for 2 drinks. I forget what the first one was, but the other one was called a bartender. She makes both of them, and he drinks them and just loves them. And says, "Okay, well, there is no way a middle schooler can do this, so alright." And she gets away with it. She better be getting paid really good at this bar. That's all I gotta say. And the next section, the very last one, Nita and Hina are at the table. They're eating, I think, breakfast or something. And... or maybe it was dinner. It was they were eating a meal. And he tells her, oh, I saw Anzu, on the street. And he starts going on about how she doesn't realize how good she has it. Maybe he should kick her out, let her be homeless, and bring in Anzu to take care of. Which Hina didn't like. She didn't get angry and start trying to break things. Actually, she got worried. In fact, in her imagination, Nita is taking Anzu out. Like, Anzu's wearing really fancy clothes. I don't know why she would assume that, since he's not buying Hina fancy clothes. Not that she would wear it, probably, but Anzu's wearing fancy clothes. They're walking by, and she's on the street with like a bowl and like a sign saying how she's hungry. And then they just walk past her, and she's freaking out. So she starts trying to be good. She gives him more food at the table than she would get. She's seeing him off to work. She tried cleaning the house, although that was a disaster. She ended up breaking more things than she cleaned. And then it ended with Nita walking in the house. He had bought her some food, nice food. And then it just cuts off. Left us on a cliffhanger. Which I'm assuming it's going to pick up right where it left off, because the image I see right now in front of me on my player is him looking really mad. So let's get into this episode so I can see what happens. As you can see right here. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.